The Grand Chamber of the Galactic Council fell silent as Ambassador Tom Reed approached the podium. Hundreds of alien representatives from across the known universe watched with a mixture of curiosity and thinly veiled disdain. Humans were the newest species to join the interstellar community, and many council members still viewed them as primitive creatures barely worth the effort of diplomatic relations. Council leader Vex, a tall blue-skinned being with 4 arms and compound eyes, tapped his gavel. The human representative may now present their petition for the military alliance. Tom cleared his throat, painfully aware that the fate of Earth might rest on his next words. Humanity had discovered faster-than-light travel only 15 years ago, and in that short time, they'd learned that the galaxy was far more dangerous than they'd imagined. The Hive, a collective insectoid species from the Outer Rim, had been expanding aggressively, consuming worlds and civilizations in their path. Earth needed allies, but the Council had repeatedly rejected human petitions. Esteemed members of the Council, Tom began, I come before you today not to repeat the same arguments you've heard before. Instead, I wish to demonstrate why humans would make valuable military allies against the Hive threat. A murmur rippled through the chamber. The blue-skinned Arcturians exchanged glances with the crystalline quartz beings. The gaseous misrepresentatives swirled in their containment fields with apparent agitation. We have heard about your weapons technology, humans, said Representative Grohl of the reptilian Saurians. It is unimpressive. And your ships are slow and poorly armored, added Ambassador Lyra of the Avian Skywatch. Tom nodded. True on both counts. Our technology lags behind most council races. But technology isn't everything. He tapped a control on his wrist device. A holographic display appeared above the chamber floor. What I want to show you is this. The hologram showed a detailed anatomical scan of a human brain. The chamber erupted with confused chatter. Order, demanded Council Leader Vex. Human, what is the meaning of this? We are discussing military alliances, not biological curiosities. Tom smiled. This, honorable council members, is humanity's greatest weapon. Our brain, specifically a part of it called the amygdala, and its connection to what we call the limbic system. Professor K. Willis, the xenobiologist Tom, had brought as an advisor, stepped forward. If I may explain, she said, the human brain contains structures that process emotions, particularly fear and aggression, in ways unique among sentient species. The hologram zoomed in, highlighting the amygdala and related neural pathways. Most advanced species evolved toward logical thought, minimizing emotional reactions, Hay continued. Humans evolved differently. We retain powerful emotional processing abilities alongside our rational minds. And why should we care about your primitive emotional reactions? Asked Representative Droll of the Hive-Minded Collective, their voice dripping with contempt. Tom activated a second hologram, displaying combat footage from Earth's recent skirmish with a Hive scouting party near Jupiter. The footage showed human soldiers continuing to fight despite terrible injuries, improvising weapons when their technology failed, and using unpredictable tactics that confused the methodical Hive warriors. What you're seeing, Tom explained, is the human fight-or-flight response, an ancient survival mechanism. When threatened, humans experience a cascade of neurochemical reactions. Our hearts pump faster, our senses sharpen, our pain receptors dampen, and we become capable of strength and ingenuity that would otherwise be impossible. The council chamber had grown utterly silent now, all eyes fixed on the combat footage. Most importantly, Kay added, humans react unpredictably when cornered. Every other species in this council follows logical algorithms in battle, patterns that the Hive can analyze and counter. Humans introduce chaos into that equation. Tom stepped forward again. The Hive defeats its enemies by predicting their responses and analyzing patterns. But human brains don't work that way when under threat. We become, for lack of a better term, gloriously unpredictable. Council Leader Vex's compound eyes narrowed. Are you suggesting that your emotional instability is an advantage? In combat against the Hive? Absolutely, Tom replied. Their hive mind excels at countering logical opponents. They've never faced a species that might retreat one moment and charge suicidally the next with no discernible pattern. Representative Mora of the telepathic thinkers leaned forward. We have examined human history. Your species has a troubling record of violence against yourselves. True, Tom acknowledged. But those same passionate impulses that drive conflict also fuel our loyalty, self-sacrifice, and determination. When humans commit to protecting something, a home, a family, an ally, we do so with everything we have. He gestured to the brain hologram again. This part of our biology, this seemingly primitive emotional core, is what allowed a technologically inferior species to defeat 3 Hive scouting vessels with outdated equipment and minimal casualties. The council chamber buzzed with discussion. Tom could see the representatives reassessing, recalculating. Council leader Vex raised his upper hands for silence. This is unexpected information. The council will recess to consider the human petition. As the representatives filed out, Professor K whispered to Tom, "Do you think they'll accept?" Tom watched the alien delegates, noting their changed demeanor. They're scared of the Hive, and they've just realized that sometimes you need something unpredictable to fight something unstoppable. 3 hours later, when the council reconvened, the vote was unanimous. Humanity would join the alliance, not for their technology, but for their unique biology and the unpredictable advantage it provided. As Tom signed the treaty, he couldn't help but smile at the irony. After millennia of humans trying to overcome their emotional nature, it was the very thing that had earned them a place among the stars.